praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Brave Millstone, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'm going to grab this article real quick. It says, Wall Street's takeover of nature advances with launch of new asset class. All right. Source Whitney Webb, Unlimited Hangout, says a project of the get rid of my photo. Here we go. It says a project of the multilateral development banking system, the Rockefeller Foundation. We know that's one of the international banking families, right? Esau, who was Edom, just one of the many families, okay? It says the Rockefeller Foundation and the New York Stock Exchange recently created a new asset class that will put not just the natural world, but the processes underpinning all life up for sale under the guise of promoting sustainability. Okay? Look at these faces here. It says Intrinsic Exchange Group. Alright, it says last month the New York Stock Exchange announced it had developed a new asset class and accompanying listing vehicle meant to preserve and restore the natural assets that ultimately underpin the ability for there to be life on Earth, called a Natural Asset Company, or NAC. You see, they always swear they got a solution for something when they're actually the problem. It says the vehicle will allow for the formation of specialized corporations that hold the rights to the ecosystem services produced on a given chunk of land. Services like carbon sequestration or clean water. These NACs will then maintain, manage, and grow. Well, the irony there is that you're the ones poisoning the water systems and screwing up the ecosystem. But once again, they swear they always have a solution, right? It's all hurting, all right? Guiding you where they want you to go and just getting into your mental perception and, just entering into your what's the word I'm looking for? Just going into your deep conscious level of seeing and thinking and how to perceive things. It's not what I was looking for. I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. But anyways, subconscious. That's what I was looking for. That's the word. Your subconscious. Digging into your subconscious and pretty much trying to reprogram the people to think the way that they need them to think. Okay. It says these NACs will then maintain, manage, and grow the natural assets they commodify with the end goal of maximizing the aspects of the natural asset that are deemed by the company to be profitable. Of course, it's all for profit. Profitable. It says, though, it's described as acting, that's not really talking about, money, but anyways, it says, though described as acting like any other entity on the New York Stock Exchange, it is alleged that NACs will use the funds to help preserve a rainforest or undertake other conservation efforts. All right. And this is really what drew me to this article mostly when we talk about the rain, because I might have been earlier today, just liking the earth, for what, not this earth, of course, but I mean, like, as the Heavenly Father created it, all life, animals, insects, plants, trees, all those things I enjoy, and then seeing the beautiful sceneries, like you have your screensavers on your computer that'll change every few seconds, and it'll be always some beautiful, picture, a beautiful earth, but just not this earth. But it's talking about the rainforest or whatever. It's kind of what drew me to this article. And that's really what gave me the couple of scriptures that I grabbed. It says, like changing a farm's conventional agricultural production practices. It says they will use these funds to help preserve a rainforest or undertake the other conservation efforts, like changing a farm's conventional agricultural production practices. It says, yet, as explained towards the end of this article, even the creators of NACs admit that the ultimate goal is to extract near infinite profits from the natural processes they seek to quantify and then monetize. See, it's still reverted right back to having a gain. All right. which is always, there's always money involved in all these things anyways. It says the ultimate goal is to extract near infinite profits from the natural processes they seek to quantify and then monetize. It says New York Stock Exchange, COO, whatever it is, COO, chief, I forget, chief something, I forget all those terms, it don't even matter. It says Michael Blogren alluded to this when he said the following regarding the launch of NACs. Our hope is that owning a natural asset company is going to be a way that an increasingly broad range of investors have the ability to invest in something that's intrinsically valuable, but up to this point was really excluded from the financial markets. Framed with the lofty talk of sustainability, right, it's just a flashy word, sustainability and conservation. Media reports on the move in outlets like Fortune couldn't avoid noting that NACs opened the doors to a new form of sustainable investment, which has enthralled the likes of BlackRock CEO Larry Fink over the past several years, though there remain big unanswered questions about it. Fink, one of the world's most powerful financial oligarchs, is and has long been a corporate raider, not an environmentalist, and his excitement about NACs should give even its most enthusiastic proponents pause if this endeavor was really about advancing conservation as is being claimed. All right. How to create NAC, we don't really care. Let's jump down, see what else they got here. Partners and all this kind of good stuff. Just seeing what it has, because we're not really gonna have to read into all of this. But hold up. Side life value. Ecosystems are not assets. Biological communities exist for their own purposes, not ours. That's right. We'll see what else. A new way to loot. What does that say? Okay, what is no title? It's the same. Indigenous communities. Just going through it, just seeing if we can nitpick here. Let's go back up, make sure I didn't leave anything out. The public launch of NAC strategically preceded the 15th meeting of the Conference of the Parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity, the biggest biodiversity conference in a decade, under the pretext of turning 30% of the globe into protected areas. The largest global land grab in history is underway. Built on a foundation of white supremacy, this proposal will displace hundreds of millions, furthering the ongoing genocide of indigenous peoples. The tragic irony is this: while indigenous peoples represent less than 5% of the global population, they support approximately 80% of all biodiversity. That's interesting. Let's jump back. I don't want to leave anything out that might have been, I don't exactly say important, but possible, necessary to read over maybe. I think we got through all this, yeah. It says the mission focuses on pioneering a new asset class based on natural assets and a mechanism to convert them to financial capital. These assets, IEG states, make life on Earth possible and enjoyable. No, it's not. And the future that's coming is not any more perfect or enjoyable either. All right, it's going to be when the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It says they include biological systems that provide clean air, water, foods, medicines, and stable climate, human health, and societal potential, which the elites have it all in their grasp: money, the power, and the rulership to create a very sustainable earth. But instead, they did everything opposite of the Bible and tore the earth apart. Only he now will let until he be taken out of the way. These devils have to be taken down because they have done all the destroying. And oh, look at this. and then they're trying to turn around and say we're going to be helpful. It says Wall Street and Aberdare Ventures, a venture capital firm chiefly focused on the digital healthcare space, notably the IADB and the Rockefeller Foundation, are closely tied to the related pushes for central bank digital currencies and biometric digital IDs. I light it up so you can see what I was reading right here at the bottom of the paragraph. All right, I was reading that. I didn't mean to click that. All right, so yeah. Matter of fact, what else does it say? It says 3 investors are in the Inter-American Development Bank, the Latin American-focused branch of the multilateral development banking system that opposes neoliberal and neo-colonialist agendas through debt entrapment. The Rockefeller Foundation, the foundation of the American oligarch dynasty, whose activities have long been tightly enmeshed with Wall Street, and Aberdare Ventures, okay, a venture cap, which is what we just read, down to that. But yeah, everything, I said this once before, everything is going to eventually circle back around to their digital systems, and most importantly to them anyways, is that microchip, okay? You're not going to escape it, or this digital technocracy world in the whole, in general. You're not going to escape it, because this is the push, all right, to make everything digital, okay? So and so they're hiding themselves under the that one word, which is sustainability, all right? And it's all just, part of their plan. Well, let's grab this. Our first verse says, never trust thine enemy, for it's like iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Also, we can grab this at verse 17. It says, if adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Because these devils are the ones tearing up the earth. They're tearing the earth up, but then tell you they have the way to sustain it. That doesn't add up at all. It says, if adversity come upon thee, and they're doing it for monetary gain. All right, they don't care about you. They don't have your interest at hand. It says, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. All right, because they're coming to you all nice like, all right, these are the problems of the earth, and we have the solutions. But what they're not telling you is, they're one for one, their solutions are all part of their agenda. And the problem in the first place is because of them. They're the ones who created the problems, right? Let's grab this real quick and we'll close it on out. Which is what, when I thought about, I was thinking about the rainforest and the trees and all these things. Isaiah 14:5. It says, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered, like we just mentioned, referencing 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Only he now will let it until he be taken out of the way. These devils have to be taken out of power because they will destroy the earth. It says, if the Lord hadn't shortened the days, there would no flesh be saved. And he's doing this all for his elect. Not everyone, only for his elect. And that is of the house of Israel, all right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. The remnant of them is why he shortened the days. Because if not, no flesh would be saved, including his remnant. All right. Verse 7 says, the whole earth is at rest. This is what's going to happen when these devils are taken out of power. All right. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, take a moment out of your day and just look around through this earth. Look at the news or whatever. All right. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee. And the cedars of Lebanon sing, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. And a fellow is just one who comes and chops down trees. And they do this. All right. They take down, they chop a tree down for whole forest simply because they need wood for building whatever they want to build, or they want to just open up this plot of land, or, they'll go in. Well, I don't know about rainforests, but I do believe rainforests have been taken down, and these are the habitations of animals, creatures or in their natural habitats, and you come and take their own natural habitats from them, and then when they come and strain around, in the city limits and things of that nature, then you want to kill the animals, like they're so wrong. But you've taken down or polluted or coming, and just tearing up their natural environment, and then you think it wrong for them to come into your natural environment when all they want to do is find a new way to live life and find some food. But you destroy that, all right? And the trees are no different. The trees are living creatures, all right? The trees give off oxygen into our atmosphere, okay? He says, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. All right? And so even the trees, showing you that the trees are living creatures that the Lord created, even the trees are going to rejoice, all right, when these devils are taken out of power. Because as of right now, they've manufactured all these disasters, and then they're trying to turn around and tell you that we have the solution, not telling you that you were the actual problem, all right? And they're hiding it under the guise, the ruse, this lie of sustainability, all right? So we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, and apparently the trees are not ignorant as well, because they're going to rejoice when these devils are taken out of power. So Lord willing, you edify to next time, y'all. I want to say shalom.